Her voice cut through the room like a shard of glass. "People like them shouldn't be allowed near us," she said, swirling her champagne as if it were a weapon. "He came from nothing. I rescued him." The guests laughed. But she didn't look at them. She looked at me. Right through me. As if I were the punchline of a joke she'd been rehearsing for years. The room fell quiet. My throat tightened, but not from shame. Something colder. Something I hadn't felt in a long time. Then my phone vibrated. "He's landing." A simple message. 2 words. Enough to shift the weight of the entire night. I excused myself calmly, ignoring the curious glances. The world outside the glass walls was a blur of city lights and quiet wind. My reflection stared back at me, emotionless, detached, almost surgical. Her voice echoed from the hallway behind me. "Don't take too long. The guests expect you to smile, not sulk." I didn't answer. I didn't trust my voice. Because beneath the calm surface, something else was rising. Slow, deliberate, inevitable. A storm that had waited years. A storm she never saw coming. The ground vibrated softly in the distance. Engines. Heavy, deliberate. Her laughter stopped. And for the first time since the night began, she sounded unsure. It hadn't always been like this. In the early days, she treated me like an investment she was proud of. The charity case she polished and displayed. The husband she molded into acceptable. The one she could parade in front of her wealthy friends and say, "Look what I built." I ignored the small insults at first. The dismissive comments. The little digs about where I grew up. The way she corrected my speech in front of strangers. But then came the shift. The disappearing weekends. The late-night phone calls she took in the hallway. The perfume I didn't buy. The nights she came home smiling for reasons she refused to explain. I wanted to believe it was stress, loneliness, anything but betrayal. But denial is a fragile shield. It cracks no matter how tightly you hold it. And then I found the message. A single line on her tablet, left open as if she wanted me to see it. "He doesn't need to know. He's too grateful to question me." Grateful. That word stayed under my skin, pulsing like a bruise I couldn't stop pressing. Still, I said nothing. I just watched. Because silence is stronger than suspicion. It listens, it waits, and it never forgets. I changed nothing in my routine, not a breath, not a step. I remained the quiet, obedient husband she believed I was. But my mind shifted into another world entirely. I checked our shared accounts quietly. I tracked her phone, not obsessively, strategically. I collected screenshots, bank transfers, call logs. I reviewed credit card statements she thought I was too naive to understand. Every night, she walked past me without seeing the storm forming behind my eyes. Every morning, she kissed my cheek without realizing I already knew. She spent more time at meetings, always in the same district, always at the same hotel. Her smiles grew brighter, her tone with me darker. She thought I was unraveling. I was calculating. Her insults escalated. She mocked my mother's accent, my father's work boots, the old house I grew up in. "You were nothing," she said once, standing above me like a queen punishing a servant. "My family made you. Without me, you're just another poor boy playing dress-up." Almost laughed. Almost, because she didn't know who my family actually was. She never bothered to ask. She never imagined someone like me could choose simplicity over power. So I let her believe her fantasy. And while she drowned in her arrogance, I prepared. Quietly, precisely, like a surgeon sharpening a blade. The final proof came in an envelope. Hotel surveillance, financial transfers, messages she deleted but the cloud didn't. I placed the folder on the marble counter while she adjusted her diamond earrings. "What's this?" she asked, barely glancing. "Truth," I said. She laughed. confident, cruel, certain. You don't handle truth well, sweetheart. But when she opened the folder, her fingers froze, her smile cracked, her breath stumbled. This isn't what you think. It's exactly what I think, I replied softly. She stepped back, eyes wide, caught between denial and collapse. You were supposed to trust me. I did. My voice was calm, too calm, and that was my mistake. Her legs weakened. She reached for a chair but missed. Papers fell around her like broken feathers. Every lie, every betrayal, every moment she thought she controlled me. She whispered my name, soft, fragile, already losing. The engines outside grew louder. Her head snapped toward the window. A jet, sleek, steel-white, unmistakably private, descended onto the estate lawn, cutting through her perfect party like a blade. Her face drained. Whose jet is that?" "My father's," I said. She shook her head, panicked. "Your father works. You never asked what he actually does." The jet door opened. A team of lawyers stepped out first, then my father. Calm, unhurried, powerful in a way money couldn't fake. She stumbled forward. Wait, this is our house." "No," I said, "this is my house. Everything here was always mine." The truth crushed her like a silent avalanche. "You used me," she whispered. "No," I corrected, "you underestimated me." The lawyers entered. She tried to speak, to plead, to explain, but her words dissolved before they reached her tongue. Her empire, my empire, was gone from her hands before she even understood whose hands built it. We left her standing in the doorway, barefoot on cold marble, trembling as the world she believed she owned collapsed beneath her. I didn't look back. There was nothing left worth seeing. My father spoke as we walked toward the jet. "You handled this quietly." I learned from the best. He nodded once, proud, silent. As the engines roared to life, the party behind us fell into chaos, her voice swallowed by the wind. For the first time in months, maybe years, my mind was still, clear, unburdened. Some truths destroy you. Some truths set you free. And some truths, like tonight, remind you exactly who you are. I closed my eyes as the jet lifted from the ground. She thought she built me. She never realized. I was simply waiting for the right moment to walk away.